Alright, in this e-learning we're going to show you a few hints and tips on how to work with the address book for the eFormLetters in Wise option. So I have one example here in the shipped semen log that I shipped this dose from to Smart System from Hot Sudden, my fake horses here. And if I go here, well, first let me check something. Let me check who the owner is for Smart System and also the owner for Hot Sudden, because basically in the customer file, I can find the email addresses to those two clients. If I go to the insemination feedback, actually I have a shortcut here. I know the stallion owner is Brett Davis. When I double click here, I don't have an email address for him yet. So I could here, use and say brandmyemail.com. Of course, this is fake, but I have one email here for the owner of the stallion, and I could do the same for the mere owner. There's no email address here either, so I could say sam@mycompany.com. So those are fake email addresses. But at least I have now email addresses for the owners, which is a good thing if you want to keep your clients, updated through emails. They're gonna like this. I can tell you this because information it's a pretty good thing. Now that I have email addresses for both, I'm going to the eFormLetters, and I happen to have a letter for the semen process and ship today. I have already created. If you need more details on this, go to the e-learning about how to create eFormLetters. I'm going to merge the data. And the purpose for this e-learning is how to use the address book. So it is merging the data. As you can see, I have my letter here. The record is already with the data merged in. I'm going to say that it's from info@wiseoption. If I can spell, and shipping information. Okay, so now the program here, I could simply, type the email address over here at whatever it is. So I could type it in, or for the record that you have selected, depending on where you are, you have a few records selected. In this case, I have the owner of the stallion, I have the owner of the mare, and when I click on the plus sign, you're going to see that the places that are involved in these records are available here to me. Wise Option Farms probably as the breeder, and the stallion and mare owners are here. So if I want to get one of the email addresses, just double click, and you can repeat in the process, and you're going to keep adding. If you want to send a BCC to Wise Option Farms, as Wise Option Farms does not have an email address in its file, you just see the semicolon here. So here's where I'm going to start using my address book. When I click on the address book, whatever I have here, it's going to the next form. And I could go to Wise Option Farms, double click on Wise Option Farms, and then update Wise Option Farms. I could say, for example, eduardo@wiseoption.com. Save. Now that I have an email address there, I could simply get the Wise Option farm. Of course, first I would have to clean it up here. These X's are to clean, and I have this one here selected. I click BCC. Now whatever is in my selections, I'm gonna, just for the sake of testing and purpose of training here, I'm gonna leave this email address and I'm gonna submit. I come back here to the tool, and so I'm pretty much assuming what is in the address book, and I could now hit send and send my message. The whole idea here is in the address book is that you have a link with a custom feature. I could use, for example, my search to find Wise Option Farm and just type Wise, and I would find everything here. If I simply leave it blank and type it again, you can have your clients here. For example, if I find Sam, like I was trying, and I could, find over here. So it is easy for you to compose manually. If you have the address, you can send whatever you want. The plus sign here means, whatever you need that is related, the customers that are related to the record that you are working with. It's kind of already a filter that is pretty handy if you have your customer file already with email addresses in each customer file. Or finally, use the address book where you could, say this one is CC, this one here is also CC, and this one here is also CC. And finally here, I'm going to also send you to support@wiseoption.com. So I'm using this to submit. And now, as you can see, I have a bunch of email addresses here. So you don't have to lease merging. You just go straight to the form letters and you do your stuff, hit send, and you're good to go. So today we learned how to use the address book in WiseOption electronic form letters.